I'm Alicia, and here are 12 African foods you thought were American. Number 1, the cola nut. Cola trees actually derived from Western Sudan. Their fruit, the cola nut, are now used in beverages like Coca-Cola, Pepsi, and other cola products. During the slave trade, cola nuts were given to enslaved Africans to suppress their hunger and thirst. They were also used as medicine to relieve bellyache. The cola nut can also be used to boost your immune system, prevent prostate cancer, and promote weight loss. Number 2, watermelon. I know what you're thinking. All black people love watermelon, so it makes sense that it comes from Africa. But it's actually a cherished African treat. Cultivated in ancient Egypt, enslaved Africans planted watermelon in the cotton and cornfields and ate them during their breaks. After their emancipation, free black people grew, ate, and sold watermelon, making the fruit a symbol of freedom. Southern whites, however, threatened by black success, flipped their freedom symbol into a faux pas, stimulating the stereotype that black people are unclean because watermelon is messy, lazy because growing watermelon is so easy, childish because of its color and sweetness, and unwanted in public because it's hard to eat watermelon by yourself, making the stereotype a deterrent from its nutritional value. The African custom of roasting pigs, beef, and chicken are the origins of what a Southern barbecue is today, hence why no Southern barbecue is complete without watermelon. Number 3, coffee bean. The coffee plant was discovered in Ethiopia in the 11th century. The leaves are boiled in water and resulting in a concoction thought to have medicinal properties. Coffee drinking wasn't discovered until the 15th century in Yemen. Number 4, black-eyed peas, which are actually beans. Enslaved Africans transported to the Caribbean easily cultivated these beans as a basic food. Even though Virginians cultivated these black-eyed peas in the 1600s, they did not become a common American table food until after the American Revolution. In 1792, George Washington specifically ordered 40 bushels of the seeds to plant on his plantation. He referred to them as cornfield peas, typically planted in between rows of corn. Slaves boiled the peas, making dishes like hop and john, normally seen in Cajun cuisine. Black-eyed peas are also made on family occasions like New Year's for good luck. Number 5, yams. You may know them as sweet potatoes, as the Americans call it. One slave recounted his journey on the slave ship, saying that yams were thrown at them at random, scarcely enough for life. 1/3 of the slaves died on that passage. The African yam has remained a very popular food in America, whether it be sugared, roasted, or made into grandma's very special sweet potato pie. All of our southern delicacies originally made by slaves, much like those mentioned in the story. Number 6, rice. The successful cultivation of rice being planted in the United States is thought by some historians to have occurred in the South Carolina Sea Islands. Historians generally believe that enslaved Africans familiar with growing rice in West Africa supplied the knowledge and the expertise to slave owners in the South on how to cultivate their crop. Number 7, sesame. Sesame first arrived in South Carolina in the 1730s. The seeds could be pressed for oil or eaten as food. Sesame oil became profitable in the New World as a substitute for olive oil used for cooking. Instead of importing olive oil from Middle East, Britain encouraged sesame oil production. Thomas Jefferson reported in the 1770s that African Americans ate sesame seeds in a variety of ways. Raw, in salads, with bread, in soup. Nowadays, sesame seeds are most likely found on the top of bread. Number 8, collard greens. Number 8, collard greens. I can't. Collard greens have been cooked for centuries. Although greens did not originate in Africa, the habit of eating greens and cooking them down to a low gravy, drinking the juices from it, also known as pot liquor, is of African origin. Number 9, couscous. This plays an important part into the Louisiana diet. It was first introduced in America by Senegambian slaves, served with a green leafy sauce. Number 10, peanuts. Peanuts came to North America from Africa after being transplanted there from the Spanish and Portuguese colonies of South America. The peanut is known by many names, 2 of them being of African origin, pinder and goober. Thomas Jefferson and George Washington used pinder as their term for peanuts. Enslaved Africans used peanuts for peanut pie and peanut soup. Oftentimes, it was boiled with salt and spices, but good nutritional value. Community peanut boilings were common, and the practice of feeding pigs massive amounts of peanuts for a show and sale was called hogging off. Number 11, okra. Did you know that the African word for okra is gumbo? When European and Native American cuisine came together with African cooking, it created a unique Creole cuisine. Gumbo is a staple in this particular cuisine. It is a soup mixed with okra as its main ingredient, as well as a variety of seafood. Slaves in South Carolina also used okra plants as a substitute for coffee. Number 12, red peas. Red pea originated in Africa and is the main ingredient in the Cajun dish Hoppin' John. So those are just 12 African foods you thought were American. So next time you drink a Coke or take a bite of watermelon, just say you're doing it for the culture. I'm Alicia Gaffney.